more into day shift or night shift?
I like day. I'll do night if I'm like one of those lines, but I really want weekends, definitely. If that's
Okay. Yeah, I don't know as far as like the schedule, if it's going to be on weekends or weekdays. I mean,
All right, everybody. So it's 11 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started here today. So we're going to be going over all the listing and buyer presentation templates that you have available to you in Command. So when you're making those listing presentations and stuff, be nice and prepared for your clients. So let me go ahead and show you where those are at. So I'm just signed into the homepage of Command here. And from here, I'm going to go down over to our Designs tab. And that's where you're going to be able to find all those great templates and resources.
Walnuts. No.
And then from here, anything you have worked on in the past will show up here. If you have like a really blank space here, don't worry. That just means you haven't worked on anything yet. But now's going to be your chance. So we're going to go ahead and hit plus. And then they have a lot of different templates that are available to you, but the listing and buying presentations are both located in the print section, just because those are intended to be printed out. So as that's loading up here, I can kind of give you a little heads up of you're going to be having all these different PDF formats that you can decide how you want to design. And from there, it'll start pulling in all the listing information from your MLS details. And so from there, it'll really kind of populate together from putting a template and putting all the information you already have together into one great tool for you. So here you can see all the different categories. We're going to be going to a listing presentation right now. So it's going to be under listings and then listing presentation. Highly recommend you coming back at another time to kind of check out all the different templates and all the different tools that KW has for you to kind of play around with here. For now, it's a booklet layout by default. So you can pick one of the two fonts. You have kind of a dark, kind of a lighter one. I'm going to go ahead and pick this first one. From here, it'll launch me into the design portal. Kind of load up all the KW stuff so you can have all these great forms at once. So the way that this template really works is they give you everything that you could possibly think of for this packet. And from there, you can choose which pages you want to add to your personal listing presentation. Because every different agent has kind of different presentation styles and wants to include different stuff depending on what the listing is. So KW kind of makes this really malleable and adaptable for you. Here's a great instruction page that kind of walks you through the guide, tells you how everything's working here. Basically saying this is basically customized, so you can review everything and make sure all of your correct information is in here as you're adding things. So if I'm going to keep on going and working on this packet, I'm going to say I like this one. Looks like a nice cover page here. It's loading that in there for me. From there, I'm probably going to follow up with a couple more glamour shots there to make it look really nice, getting out the gate. And then from there, we'll come back and start putting in our personal information. So let's see. Nice information about the house. Let's add that one. A little facts about the neighborhood. It's always a great tool to have. Comps, really great, important part of listing presentation there. It's a really great resource to kind of be able to compare different listing information from the KWLS in one spot for you. Talking about your app, talking about what the seller's process is. A lot of this is kind of like just general tools that you have available to walk your seller through the process. What your marketing plan is going to look like, which could include creating new graphics and designs in Command here. Kind of talking to your clients about what they want you to do for them and what you can do to promote their listing. From there, they have a lot of other great ones. You can kind of keep scrolling down through, seeing which ones apply to you and your client there. So now we've got some of these great pages in here. We're going to go back and start editing them and making them part of our presentation. So I'm going to scroll back up to the first page. Here, go to page 1. It's loading up here. Oops, so it's this next one here. So from here to edit any of these designs here, all you have to do is click and drag. So I'm going to zoom in here, kind of make it a little more visible for you. There. So custom consultation by Maria and Chris Roberts. but that's not me. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on the font, and that's going to enable typing. And then we're going to highlight that and put my name, Ryan Chase. And let's see, that's not a picture of me, it's another agent. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And then if you have any images preloaded in there from past things that you've done, they will be showing up here in your library. But if you haven't worked in Command yet, that's okay. There's a lot of resources in there too. If you go over to Company, there's all kinds of great stock images available for you. So if you want kind of some generic real estate ones, housing types, stuff like that. If you want any kind of logos, KW has provided a ton of different ones. You know, so this is kind of the generic DBA one for us to kind of input ours. The Company, under the logos and then Company tab, provides all kinds of DBA logos and general KW logos. So if you just want a KW, red, black, white, this won't be our KW Gainesville loaded one. That will be in the other tab. But these are all the great generic ones for you. So to get back to that KW Gainesville one, our specific market center, you'd be able to go back to DBA. Oh, actually, it was the default one still. But you can have them uploaded into your library. So I have, I think this one is one I added myself, and this one was there by default. But it'll also upload your agent photo from any of your marketing guides that you've done in the past. So now that we have all these great images, we're going to go ahead and swap that. So Command really makes it easy for you to switch out images with their templates, because it's really designed to kind of take your template and make it work for you instead of having to kind of design something for yourself. So all I have to do is click on the picture I want to switch, and then click on this Replace Image button, and it'll do all the work for me. Don't have to worry about resizing, keeping all pixely. So it's all done there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish filling this out here. Right, Chase. You can see there's a lot of really great little details you can kind of get in, really make you look like you have a polished presentation. Contact information, logos, you go ahead and swap that logo, just like I did with the other one. Click on this. This one doesn't want to swap out for me for some reason. That's okay. All I'm going to do is click on it and then click on this delete remove button. So that's how you go ahead and delete anything that you want to kind of remove. So if you feel like this page is a little bit cluttered for yourself, like if you didn't want all this little leading text, all you have to do is click on it and hit delete, just like I did down here. Now to resize it, you can drag from the corners. It keeps the proportions, so it'll still be that same rectangle shape. You'll be able to read it well. And then it'll be loaded in there. So that's pretty much there for this first page. So let me continue on to my next page. So these are housing details pulling in to the MLS, or from the MLS, I'm sorry. So from here, you can see all the really great details that are by default in here. But let's say that I want to work this for my listing, and I don't really want to have to find all this information from all over the place. Like, I don't want to go into Paragon and do all of that. So all you would have to do is exit out of here. And when you go to create a new one, you would hit use. I'm just backing up to where I started this class today to kind of show you how you can link it to a listing there. Yeah, so it'll have your KWLS logos here. So if you have a link to a listing, it'll search through here. If you don't have a link to a listing currently, you can search through the search bar based off of all these factors here. You have the number, if you got the listing agent. Let's go and search by the listing address. Again, hit enter. 123 Main Street. Kind of keep it generic here. This one looks like it has some great pictures here, so I'm going to hit select on this. And so this will pull up all the listing information from the MLS for you. So all the details about the home are going to be in this listing details here. So put all the text in for you. So MLS listing, it'll have the address. All you have to do is click these add buttons and it'll put the text on there for you. Main Street, get the price in there. So when you use this in combination with one of those templates from earlier, it'll really kind of give you a polished look, because you don't have to spend a lot of time doing marketing, because a lot of you guys are busy real estate agents. but by using this tool, it'll kind of throw everything that you need in a bowl in front of you. And from there, you can kind of pick out which ones you want to use and get it going. I'm going to keep going here. You'll put the other agent's office on there so we know to contact them. And then put some photos in, make it a nice presentation. This image. So those are a lot of the great resources that you have available in this listing presentation here. Does anyone have any questions about what I've kind of covered so far? I know I've kind of been rolling through. Awesome.
Yeah, it's been real how this whole thing goes in there, and it looks like you've got to redesign the whole page, I guess.
Redesign the page for what?
Like what you've got going on right now with the $200,000 and the.
Oh, this is because
You
I
know-
opened a new one. This isn't the same one that I was working on.
I know, but you have to relay that whole page out, right? Or what are you doing with those images and all that information?
Well, you could also put it into a template too. So just like I added that template page from earlier, this is just an empty page that I haven't added anything to. So if I
So
wanted
how
to,
are you going to get into the template you were working in previously? How do you do that?
yeah, so you would just click on this template here
Mm-hmm.
and say, I wanted to do this, change the address here. I'm gonna go back to all these listing details where it has all the information for me. And then clicking on there, and then I see my address is right here. So I'm gonna hit replace and it'll swap it into the template for you. So now I'll
Okay.
have that current address. And then let me switch the picture as well. So clicking on the picture, I have the image here. I'm gonna swap it for this one using that kind of rotational replace image button. If there's another picture in the background, you can go ahead and just click on that and hit delete. It's a little placeholder there. So now I have my new image in the template from the listing with the address. And you can do a similar thing, clicking on here, 3 bedrooms. This one has 3 bedrooms as well, so you can leave that. 3 bathrooms, square footage, all these great details you can kind of swap out. That was a great question. Does anyone have any other questions about this listing presentation over here? Awesome. So in that case, let me back up and show you what the buying presentation looks like. It's kind of the mirror image of the listing presentation, obviously. It's same format. The template's gonna be a little bit of a different spot because you're working with a buyer instead of listings. So your buying presentation is gonna be over here under the buyers tab. Buying presentation. And from there, it'll be almost the same process. Pick one of these to use, select your template. And from there, it'll give you the same menu with the design menu. Kind of walk you through all the different tabs you have available to you. All kinds of pages you can pick and choose, just like with that listing presentation.
Ryan, can you combine pages from one template and put them into the other one?
Currently, I don't think that you can, just because KW. Actually, let me see if it'll. Yeah, so it won't let you because you have to pick the template before the design software opens. But if you save it as a PDF, you could put the
Okay.
PDFs together. So if that was something that you would really want to do, but I do think that most of the information is the same from the, like I showed you the 2 different buying presentations. They're mostly
Yeah.
just stylistic changes. They all have a lot of the same content.
Okay, I thought
So it's not really
Malcolm
like you're
said he
sacrificing much.
combined. Okay.
So that's just about all I've got here for you guys on the buying listing presentations. Is there anything else that I can help you guys out here while I got you? Cool. Well, all right. In that case, that might be the class here. Oh, let me check the chat. How is this done for home that has never been listed? Oh, so that's a great question, Joan. So some of these might not have been listed before. And in that case, you would want to use those stock images that I had mentioned that KW provides for you. Let me go back and show you where those are. But obviously, if you don't have any kind of photos or imaging just like that, it's okay. You can use like a past property if you have the client's permission or anything like that. So to show you where those stock pictures would be again. It'd be under images and company. So that's where you have app images. I'll show you kind of the screenshots of what your app looks like. See what neighborhoods look like. Just kind of generic action shots. License for you to use as a KW agent and available for free.
Hey, Ryan, can you use any of those images and move them over to like your website or anything like that? Like other applications for those things?
I'm not sure. KW might have stock images, the same ones available for you for your web design. I know they have a few options, but they might not have as many as they do available here in this platform.
See, I thought I was working on my web page yesterday and I thought there was only the 5 shots are like the only ones that you get unless I'm missing it. And so, because I didn't really like the 3 of them, and then I uploaded my own, but I don't know that that's ideal.
Yeah, it's really kind of recommended that you customize and make it work for you. So if you have images that you prefer to use over the stock images, then that can really make a more effective presentation for you. It's basically kind of what you feel more confident portraying yourself with to your client.
Yeah, but that's where I'm saying I wouldn't mind some more stocks like with like these people shots, and I don't have any people shots that look like those. So that's where I was just wondering if you could take them from here and apply them to other, to other applications like the web page.
I wouldn't be surprised if in the future they started kind of moving this photo library across all the different applications here, but I think for now they only have it available within Designs.
Okay.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, can you do me exactly where it was where you got to this templates section?
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
think is it from the beginning of command on the left-hand side? I just wasn't sure because I didn't get to see it.
Oh yeah. So we started off on your homepage, and then we hit the Designs tab. Keep going back. So we start back over agent.kw.com. So it's going to be the website for command, taking it back to the homepage. So Designs going to be down here.
Designs, okay.
If you ever want to know what all these different icons mean, because they kind of only pop up.
The red, yeah, the red button, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so the designs first, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then from there, we're going to hit the big blue plus button in the bottom right corner, and that's going to load you up into telling you what kind of template you want to use. So we hit plus, and then they have a lot of great social media graphics that they resize depending on what platform you're using. So like if you have Instagram, I don't know if you know this, but all the images are going to be squares normally. And it'll resize it to make it Facebook size, so it'll be a little bigger and rectangular. So you don't have to worry about creating different ones for different mediums. But if we're going to that listing presentation again, it's going to be in print. And if you want to import photos right away, check this box. So I'll do the same thing that I showed you. If we search the KWLS, it's just asking you to do it up front. So yes, and then I'm going to go through all listings.
Hey, Ryan, just real quick, I'm sorry. So you're saying by checking that box, it'll pull in the photos from the MLS?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in the design app that we're using, I kind of went into the search bar and used it and kind of pulled things from the side. But if you do this process up front and you check that box, it'll let you select the property immediately.
Cool.
So from there, it'll start loading up into the design platform. On the sidebar, you're going to have the same thing where you have all the KW listing information because we selected that property address already. And it'll load up into the same design platform with those different template options for you.
Got it. Awesome.
Listings, listing presentation, select one of them. So that's how you get back to our template here. You have any more questions out there? Getting a lot of good material here. So Heather, what kind of question are you referring to specifically? Selecting address for the pictures. Oh yeah, definitely. You want to keep it more generic with the buying side, just because you're looking at multiple properties and stuff like that. Listing, if you're listing with them, it'd be great to kind of show off the kind of marketing skills that you have to offer. But if you don't currently have photos, like Joan was mentioning earlier, then you could use stock imagery. Awesome. It's a great question there. Anyone have anything else they want me to go over before I kind of wrap it up here? All right. Well, thanks for coming out to class today, guys. I'll be sure to post this recording online in case you ever want to go back through it. And I hope you all have a great day.
Cool. Thanks, Ryan.
Bye-bye.